Hey, we back. Shout out the Knicks, you heard. Got the job done. Went ahead and won in 5 games. Did it in dominant fashion. And I have to say, it was very impressive because they didn't have control of most of these games. They still managed to keep pushing, keep digging, keep pulling through, and they won in 5. It was a very impressive effort. Mike Brown did a fantastic job coaching these boys up. I think the coaching difference was night and day in terms of having them prepared, offensive schemes, team camaraderie, understanding your role. When it came time for that fourth quarter, it was everybody get the hell out of the way, gave Jalen the ball, and let him take us to the promised land. And it was a recipe for success, allowed them to beat the Spurs in 5. The crazy thing is when you look at the totality of the series, right? And if you actually watched, the Knicks weren't winning a majority of these games, but they still came out with a W. It was very weird to watch because I was left the past, especially the past 3 4 games, I was left watching saying the Knicks weren't the better team tonight, but they somehow still managed to win. It just was Spurs collapse after Spurs collapse. But hey, Spurs, you got to get better. Good thing they have time on their side. I think they got to figure out that point guard situation, especially with De'Aaron Fox and everything that's going on in the rumor mill. I think De'Aaron Fox is way better than what he showed us in this finals, especially in the playoffs as well. He didn't play up to my standards, and I'm gonna give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because we all know that he wasn't healthy. He was not up to par in terms of his ability, what he showcases on the court on a regular basis. The Spurs have a tough decision to make. Do you try to give him another go round to see if he can bring it to the table next season, or do you say we've seen enough and give Dylan Harper the keys to the vehicle and let that trio of him, Stephon Castle, and Victor go crazy? I think they may be knocking on that door because I love what De'Aaron Fox brings to the table, and I think him playing at his best would allow them to make that a more competitive series, if not win it. But at this point, you have to think: is trading De'Aaron Fox to maybe get an athletic big or a stretch big, some a bigger player to complement Wemby, would that be worth it? Because you might be able to do something with De'Aaron Fox's contract. But that's some tough decisions to make. On the other end, you have the New York Knicks. I think they're going to have to make some moves this summer because I think a lot of teams are going to go the route of getting better in this offseason. And I don't think New York can win again with this same configure with the same way that this roster is configured. I think they're going to have to make some upgrades because at the end of the day, everyone is always making improvements to get better, and they can't stay stagnant. This is a league where everybody is always improving. Young players coming in, free agency stars moving all over the place, so they have to stay aggressive as well. So I'm curious to see what moves the Knicks are going to make. I know the Spurs, they need to make a slight tweak here and there, but they're still a title contender as is. And I say, come next year, if both teams were to stay the same, I don't know if the Spurs necessarily lose to the Knicks again, because of what I saw, it was a lot of inexperience and just they didn't know what to do in the moments. And I don't expect that to happen again with the Spurs going into next season. Overall, great playoff brand of basketball. I was excited what I saw. We witnessed history with the New York Knicks winning. Let's see what NBA offseason has in store for us. It is what it is. Let's lock in.